What's up?
What's up, dude?
Yo, man, tell everybody who you are and what your deal is. What do you do for a living? You know, like
A lot. I'm a jack of all trades here. Yeah. So
yeah.
So I am Cody Kaiser. I own Iron Elite Fit. So do online coaching, help guys just kind of get out of the rut, become better people.
Yep.
Become just, you know how it is. You get in a rut and shit, and I need somebody to hold me accountable. So I do that. I provide that value really. So
Dope.
a lot of folks, they get through the gym or they think they're eating clean or their nutrition, and it's really getting that like second set of eyes to get them to their next step or keep continuing on. They need a lot more work.
Yeah.
But a lot of folks, they think they're doing the right thing, but meh.
Like, I thought I was doing the right thing for a fucking long time.
Yeah.
And then like I realized like even lately I'm like, I don't think there's ever like you're doing the right thing. You always gotta like just always something.
I read
always
today,
something.
it was somebody who was saying, it was like, you never hit your goal because you're constantly raising the bar.
I like that.
And I was like, fuck yeah.
Is that what stresses me out all the time?
Maybe, because I'm like, I feel like I'm like never hitting that point
Yes, that's what I'm
of
saying.
what I want. And it's
Right.
because you're already at that point where you had your goals set last year.
Right.
Now you're going up.
Exactly.
Fuck. Here we go again.
Here we go again. It's a fucking ride, okay? I gotta fucking stand in line all over again.
Exactly.
That's what it feels like. You're at a roller coaster. You're like, I love this ride. But then you gotta go and you're like, yeah, but you gotta wait in line again.
Yeah.
You're
It was
like,
a cool
man,
1 minute ride.
Can I just go from the exit onto the entrance? Like, why are you being a dick?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it is with like a roller coaster.
Dude, we were at
No
Disneyland with
intended.
my kid, and we're doing jump and jelly or some shit. There's no one in line. They make him get off, go back through the just empty ropes. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? He's 4 years old. Let him on the damn ride.
Yeah, like
there's
what the
no
fuck?
one here.
There's nobody here at all. Like, it's so stupid, man.
Yeah, it's random.
Anyway, so tell me a little bit
Yeah.
about you and your story. Like what started you with fitness? Like, I know you're a dad. You got two kids,
boys, yep.
two boys. Like,
Yeah.
you have a great fucking story. Like, let's hear like how everything kind of came together to today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've always said everybody kind of walks their own path. We all don't have like super wonderful paths. Some people get different ones than others.
Tell us about this.
Let's get into it. Yeah. So
Nothing here is off the fucking table. Like, as long as you're cool with saying it,
I don't care. Yeah.
like, it doesn't matter. Or asking it or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
this is
You know me. I don't give, especially with you. I don't give a shit.
yeah, that's it. Exactly.
You know my story.
I just gotta fucking preface that so you're
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. But
Oh,
anyways, right.
So I grew up in Texas. Was down there till I was about like 7 or 8, and then moved up to Oregon. But in between that transit, my dad was out of work. Mom was a stay-at-home mom. So we were super poor for a very long time. We lived in those Coleman like pop-up campers?
Yes.
Like it's a fucking hard-sided tent.
That's all it is.
So yeah,
Yeah.
my mom and dad lived in that. My brother and I shared a tent on the ground for I don't even fucking know how long. But it was like you're at the
Shit.
age where you're like it's kind of like fun because you're just permanently camping. You're hanging out with your family.
Yeah.
You're going fishing every night. Like hell yeah, dude. Me and my brother catching those little night bugs and shit, fireflies.
Yeah, yeah. The
Like,
lightning
this is
bugs, that's what I
awesome.
used to call them, right?
So it's like, but looking back, I'm like, it was probably super stressful for my parents.
Yep.
But as a 6-year-old, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, we're going swimming. Like, we're fishing. This is great. Like,
Hell
you
yeah.
look back on it, you're like, ah, shit, I missed out on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Like, oh, fuck, that wasn't good.
Yeah. So we got to Oregon when I was, I don't remember. I know I had my 8th birthday there. Yeah. Or no. Fuck, I had my 7th birthday there. Because my dad died when I was 8.
Got
in
it.
93.
How did
So
he pass away?
cancer. So it's fucking stupid. So kidney cancer. But by the time they found it, it was back in the 90s. They don't know as much about cancer.
Oh shit.
But they said it was the size of an NFL football. And it already attached onto other organs. The tumor was doing its thing.
Yeah.
And so he tried an experimental drug, not chemo. And obviously it didn't work. So he got like super skinny and super sick. And he was actually still living in the camper. Because I remember going and staying with dad and stuff. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So his brother moved out from Tennessee. And it was basically like his caretaker. Took care of him and waited until he died.
And that was it.
Yeah, it sucked. So I remember we came home from a camping trip and I had a voicemail. Or my mom did. We were listening, old voicemails where like everyone can hear it in the neighborhood.
Yes.
So
1000%
yeah,
yes.
it's like, "Rah!" But
Yeah.
so I was unloading the car from a camping trip because it was my mom's birthday, and it was my uncle on the voicemail just like yelling, trying to get my mom to answer the phone because if you're home, you can hear the voicemail.
That's right.
But it was like, hey, Clifford's dead. Clifford's dead. I'm like, fuck. So
That's how you heard it on the voicemail?
that's how I found out. I was unloading the car, walking upstairs, and I hear my uncle saying my dad's dead. And I was just like,
It's not even given a chance. Like,
no, it was
like it's immediate.
it was
Fuck
really
you.
weird. Like, even after everything, like, I just went to the camper and got like a shoebox full of stuff that he left me. That was it. And I went home. I was like, okay. And they tried to like get me in counseling and shit because it's like, you're impressionable at that age where it's like, this can have an impact. But it's like, that's why I have trouble with counseling now. Because it's like, literally all they did was just sit me down and I just fucking colored. I just sat at a table and colored pictures and shit. And then they asked me questions every once in a while. I had to go there an hour a week.
I just want you to know you had the worst counseling ever.
Like,
that's not how that's not how it's supposed to be at all.
Especially as a little kid.
Yeah,
I look
like
at
that's
my
bad.
Son. My son's about to turn 6, and I'm like, fuck, dude, that sucks.
That's a wild thought process. Like, you looking at your kid like he's about to turn 6 and like, this is how I live.
Yeah.
Like, could you
So my dad died at 39.
Okay.
Super young.
Right.
So I'm 39 right now. I turned 40 this week. So I've always had in my head where I'm like, I'm not going to be around. Like, even as a kid, I was like, I won't be there. I think especially dudes, but kids, you're like, you're invincible. You're not going to die. I can do whatever I want. I don't shit. So I did a lot of very reckless things as a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what are you going to do? I'm going to die? Okay, fuck it. So I had a very quick understanding of death.
Right.
Of like, nobody makes it out alive. Have a good ride. Have a good time. My mom always says you shouldn't be clean and upkept when you go sliding into the heavenly gates. You should come sliding in on your side, fucking rocked all side and dirty and like, man, what a ride.
That's gangster.
That's how my mom visits.
I fucking love that.
And I was like, that's cool.
That's really cool because it's like such a, like you're going to heaven, but like not as it's a clean, like no, you're showing up like, oh shit, that was fucking
awesome. Yeah, like and I was like, that's a cool mentality. And she told me that as a little kid.
That's really cool.
So I'm good and bad because I was always a little reckless. I always say I'm kind of the dirtbag that never got caught.
I'm going to throw it out there though, just so we're clear. Even people with fathers feel that way. Okay, good. Like all the things. Like I'm like, I had a dad. Wasn't like there.
Right.
But dude, I was a piece of shit. And you couldn't tell me otherwise.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I will go I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
Like I would do the most reckless shit. So just so we're clear, like it literally was like, it could probably would have happened anyways.
Well, whatever.
Just so we're good. But that's a good thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it could have happened fucking anyways.
Well, there's
like,
so many instances where I'm like, I'm supposed to be dead. Like, I'm definitely through my 3 strikes.
My wife says that you have an angel. Like, somebody's watching. That's what
my mom always says. She's like, because I had one accident. I rolled a car 3.5 times. So I was up in Oregon, and there's a drop off from the asphalt.
Like 1 or 2 in mine.
Dude, I did 3.5 in a ditch. So sick. End over end. So
end over end?
Yeah, dude. So I went.
Oh, shit.
My dumbass. So we were coming home. We used to party in the woods when I was in high school. And I just smoked a bunch of pot. I didn't drink a lot. You guys are weird. I made fun of you guys. See, we went to the woods and had bonfires. Yeah. We stole beer and went to the woods. That's all we did.
See, maybe, no. Just
right? Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, go ahead.
But I didn't drink a lot in high school just because I didn't enjoy it. So I just smoked a shit ton of weed because my friend would always just give it to me. And I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And so I started smoking pot really, really young, which exposed me to a lot of things aren't positive as a 15-year-old. But we were coming home from a camping trip and I was trying to change the CD. And it was one of those ones that's like a block and it has 6 CDs.
That's
in
a compact disc.
Yeah.
Okay, Google
so
that.
So I was reaching over trying to change the disc out. And like there's a drop off from asphalt to dirt out in the country. Like it's not like the city. Right. So my right tire went off that drop. And my friend Jordan's like, bro, you're going off the road. And I was like, and I hit it. But so I cranked the wheel, but my back tire caught that edge and sent me into a spin. And so it's crazy. If I would have kept going straight another 10 feet, I would have been off a 150-foot embankment into a river. I twisted, got sideways, started spinning, hit a ditch, hit a tree on the other side of the road, and then and landed upside down. I was the only one wearing a seatbelt, and I got fucked up the most because my other 2 friends were hammered drunk, so they were just loosey-goosey. Yeah. So my friend Jordan actually undid my seatbelt, and so I hit the freaking roof, but it was all like that airbag dust, and the cab lights were on, so I thought I was dead.
Oh, shit.
Because I was jacked up, knocked out. And so my friend Jordan drugged me out of the car, but I thought I was dead. I was like, fuck yeah, like this is so peaceful. It's
I did
pretty,
exactly what Mom said. I rolled in dirty as shit on the side, upside down. Like, what a ride.
But so that was the first strike
Yeah.
of my childhood and fucked upness.
How old were you?
I was 17. I was a senior in high school. I think the shittiest part was going to school the next week. And everybody, because I had a badass GTI.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, it was so dope. Red. And I put so much shit into it.
Yep.
I would just annoy everybody in the parking lot. But, so then I had to go to school the next week, and it's like, fuck, I got dropped off by my mom. Like, where's your car? I'm like all fucked up.
Yeah.
But so I think that was like the shittiest part, which probably wasn't the lesson to be learned there.
You never know. You know what I mean? Like what could have come and why it came, whatever.
Yeah, it was super weird. But so that was when I was 17. Still in Oregon. Got out of high school, went straight into construction because I'm not like book smart, super smart. So I started going construction. I was doing night school at college.
Yeah.
Community college. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try something. But
yeah, exactly.
That was pointless. And so
it usually ends up being that way.
Yeah, I was like, it's like you're paying for high school. Cool.
Bro, just so we're clear, I never even went to 8th grade. My schooling stopped at 7.
Do you have your GD?
Nothing. I never went to high school a day in my life. So when you're talking about going to high school and community college, you're winning, sir.
I got my associate's degree, my transfer associate.
I don't have shit. Okay? And I'm like, and I made it. So
you don't have to. That's why I tell my son, like, go into the union, go in the military. You don't have to get a piece of paper that says because you paid for this piece of paper.
No, and nobody's teaching you how to fucking buy a car, how to real estate, all the investments,
how do you do your taxes?
Real shit. How do you do your fucking taxes? Yeah. How am I supposed to know if eggs at Walmart are better than eggs at Vaughn's? Like nobody teaches you real life shit. Yeah. So like realistically, it's what you know what I mean? Unless you like want to be a veterinarian or some shit like that, then yeah, I'd say go to school. Don't try that shit. Be like, we're gonna work on fucking Fluffy here, and I got this.
I got this
because I'm street smart, bitch.
You could be a doctor.
Yeah,
that could have been you.
Yes. But anyways, you said community college and stuff.
Yeah,
like
so I was going to community college, working construction, and then something happened with construction. I remember. I think I fucked up some machine or something, and so because they would throw me into like, they would throw me into a dump truck. I didn't have a CDL. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. And I'd have to haul a 20-foot trailer with an excavator on the back through downtown Portland. And I was just like,
that's not easy work.
No, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with a full load of gravel and an excavator. I'm like, fuck it, I'll figure it out. So I just learned on the job. I don't know how many transmissions I went through. But
that's not your fault.
Yeah, I was like, you hired me. I don't know what I'm doing. So I got fired from that job. And then actually went into like, I was doing like warehouse and logistics management for a coffee company, for Farmer Brothers Coffee.
Yeah.
So I was up in Oregon doing that. I would do all the international trade of like green coffee coming in. And then we do all the roasting, packaging. Like they're the main packaging for like Nordy's and Einstein Brothers and all that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's huge.
Damn.
But then, so I did that for 8 years. And then my wife actually got into Roseman, really good nursing program down here in Vegas. So I was like, oh, shit, I guess we're moving.
Yeah.
So then I interviewed for jobs down here and I interviewed for another logistics position. But they were like 4 different interviews and they're like, well, we don't want to hire you for logistics. And I was like, all right, cool. Thanks for your time. Like, whatever. But they're like, but we think you'd be good in sales. You have a good attitude. You're personable.
Yeah.
Would you want to try it? I'm like, shit, I just need a job, bro.
Yeah, just whatever, dude. Just don't let me go broke.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to be with my wife and have a job.
Yeah.
And so I gave it a shot, and then I got into sales, and I worked at that company for about 8 years, and then just moved over to another sales company or another sales job 4 years ago. And then, so my son was born in 2019, and I was never like out of shape. I've always been athletic, but I wasn't a team sport dude.
Got it.
Like I always did MMA. I was the captain of our snowboarding team. I ran track. It was individual sports because I only had to count on me. Does that make sense?
Does a lot of sense.
Yeah, because I think I'm just like, I don't want to have to rely on somebody else, which is another issue I need to deal with.
You know, half the battle is knowing your shit. So
yeah,
it
it's
fucking
learning.
matter. Yeah.
Well, as you get older, you start looking back and you're like, well, yeah, it's like if you had traumas of someone not being there for you, you start to shut down and you do your own shit. And I've done that since, like, my mom worked 2 or 3 jobs when I was in high school, so she wasn't around to monitor me.
Right.
So that's why I got into a lot of shit. But like, you cook your own dinner, you do your own dishes, you do your own laundry, you got to get your ass to school. Like, I think at 14 or 15, you do your own shit. Because my brother moved out at 17.
Oh, shit.
Because my big brother's 5 years older.
Okay.
And so he moved out at 17. So at 12, I was like, all right. And just kind of skating along for a while. And then she's like, all right, you got to start doing your own shit here. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm working all these. I don't have time to take care of you.
Yeah. Well, that's life.
Yeah. So I think it's like you start looking back of life and it's like, I went into those because I was scared of someone disappointing me and not being there. So I had to rely on me. So I was like, that sucks to realize as you're older.
Yeah, but,
like,
that's what you did though. Like your whole life explaining it, you relied on yourself. And you know what I mean? Like that's how you survived. So why wouldn't that be a regular survival point for you?
It is. It's a good skill.
As you get older, you're like, maybe it wasn't, but
it is a very good skill. I like being alone. I find it very, very peaceful just to, like, that's why I love hunting. Because I sit in the woods for a week, staring at trees and mountains. I'm by myself. Like, fuck everybody, dude. I'm on me.
Yeah, but you know what, though? That's fucking, I was saying something like that the other day. I forgot to who, but it's like, that's literally, it's probably on the fucking internet. Like, that's literally probably one of the most important things. I go, don't feel bad.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. But like, don't feel bad for wanting to be away from your wife or your kids or other people or family. Like, you fucking need that, especially as a man and what we go through anyways.
Right.
To recharge that shit. So nothing's cooler than that moment anyways.
Well, and my wife supports the hell out of that. Like, even this year, like with all the stuff going on at work, like honestly, I didn't want to go hunting. I did, but it's like, I don't have time for this. I've got my family, I've got work, I've got all my own company stuff. I'm trying to branch out and do all this. I'm like, I don't have time for this shit. She's like, you're going hunting. And so it's like, you need this. You need to go away and be you again. And I'm like, okay. So it's cool to have at least somebody supportive having your corner. Yeah. And she knows all my shit. So it's like, she knows what buttons to push to either be supportive or push me a little farther.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, maybe you need to get a fire under your ass. Let's go. So she's good at that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's always nice to have. What was I talking about? Being alone. Yeah. So sports. Yeah.
Sports.
So then I started getting into the gym because you're out of high school and you're at a whatever intramural sports you're playing. And it's like, well, fuck, now what do I do? I'm like 20 years old. And so I started getting in the gym because I was, like I said, I was never out of shape, but I was very, very skinny. Like I had the hardest time getting over 180 pounds because I fought at 165.
Got it.
It's like, fuck, that's little. I weigh 230 right now. I'm like, good.
So what's the fucking 100 pounds? You're like, Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, because my cuts would be from 180 to 165. It's not super hard.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah. You just sauna it out and just roll for a while. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know the drill.
Yeah. Exactly.
So then I was doing MMA for a long time and I really, really loved that because it pushed me, it challenged me, and I'm very, very competitive. So that was nice. And again, I only have to rely on me. Like if I get choked out, that's on me. If I got that dude's arm bar, I did that. Fuck you guys. So I was going into that. And then I realized I need to get more strength because I was getting overpowered.
Oh shit.
Because it's like, yeah, I weigh 165, but I just wasn't strong.
Right.
Like I'm flexible, I'm nimble, I'm fast, I'm super fast, but I was not strong enough to roll somebody back over. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know.
You roll.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah. And I literally benched somebody the other day, like they were on me. I went like this, backwards because I was strong enough to fucking do it. But I was like, you know.
Well, that's why I live in jiu-jitsu now because if somebody gets on top of me, you're not getting out of this. Like, I'll just tie you down. Like, you're not going to break my biceps, bro. Like, so that's always a nice skill. I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice to have some power.
Yeah.
So I got into the gym, but again, I wasn't taking it seriously. Like, you know what I mean? Understanding the nutrition, the timing, all the stuff that goes into really building your physique and your body.
Yes.
So learning all that stuff was key. And it started opening up more doors of like, I'll go down rabbit holes of like, I want more information. I want to know it all. And so I just started diving down rabbit holes of reading stuff and YouTubes. And it's like, it was kind of at the tail end of like bodybuilding.com forums.
Oh yeah.
Because when I grew up, that's how you got your information.
Yeah, that's how you got it.
Now social media, like, dude, you can get so much information.
Literally anywhere.
I was talking about that the other day with somebody. I'm like, you realize if I had the information I have now, when I was 20, how much farther I'd be now?
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And so that's what kind of opened my eyes of like, you got to share that with people because people don't understand what they're missing.
Right.
They think they're doing everything right. But it's hard to get someone, we've talked about it before, to invest in themselves. Right. People go buy a pair of Jordans or sunglasses. No problem.
Well, that's investing in themselves, and it's easy because the return is fast. Yeah, it's like immediate gratification, dopamine, all that, whatever you want to call it. But it's like
it is.
I know that I'm gonna have this be successful. Jordans, I'm gonna walk out feeling like a fucking better man. Haircut, better man. Tattoo,
and I love all that shit. Yeah, I do love those things.
Like,
I'm like, yeah, I like feeling good, looking good, and I'm a big believer. If you look good, you feel good. Play good.
That's right.
So it's like the game of life. You better fucking play good.
That's right.
So you play the part, look good. Don't walk out of your house looking like a piece of shit. Like,
but the work is too fucking hard or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's people don't, because it is a lot of work.
It is.
But that's the best thing to invest in. Like, fuck Bitcoin. I'm gonna invest in me because I'm gonna have a better return on me. Because there's more than just me. It's my kids. It's my wife. Fuck, I don't want to die at 39. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want your son to be like, oh, thank God he's not, but he's like camping in the fucking woods and shit like that, unless it's like
fun camping. Camping. That's super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's like looking back on that stuff is different and changes everything with kids. And so I brought it back. My oldest son was born in 2019 and super cool for me because COVID hadn't hit yet. And I started building a home gym.
Sick.
So I took their 2-car garage into badass gym. I had 5 through 100 pound dumbbells, full squat rack, leg press, leg extension, leg curl.
You still have that gym?
No, I sold it all when I went to Dragon's Lair.
Oh,
but it was cool because I built it all in 2019.
Yeah,
because I was like, I need to get in shape. My son's coming. I need to get dialed in. Because again, I wasn't fat, but I was not taking care of myself. I drank a lot, smoked a lot. I just was not a dad.
Yeah,
and so I think that changes. Yeah, where you're like, fuck, I better actually someone else is going to rely on me really soon.
It's real quick. Like, that's such a good point. Like, you're not a dad. And I talk to my wife about this all the time because she had a hard time postpartum and
for sure.
And everything. And she went through that. Like, I literally had to keep my wife alive.
Yeah.
Like, but
you did a good job. She's still here. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I was glad I partied growing up because I was able to handle all the late nights and all these things. And I was like, I was prepared for fuckery. I just looked at her. I was like, this is just party to me, but now I'm not on drugs. So cool.
That's the hard part. But it was also, I think you brought that up as like a benefit of, so when I turned 21, I didn't give a fuck about going to the bar because I've been partying for 6 years.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Like, I don't care. And people are like, oh, you can go do this now. You can do it. I'm like, so when people that were like restrained in high school, they went to college and fucked up their life. And I'm like, I already did that when I was a kid when you don't get in trouble. So it's like,
there's no social media. Like,
there's no pictures of me doing that shit.
Nope.
It's just my word. I could say I never did any of that.
Yeah. We stayed alive during the time when there was no Uber.
Dude, I just skateboarded everywhere. God, I had a BMX and a skateboard.
Fucked up and riding my shit. Skateboarding and like that. But yeah, but you were saying, like, I was like, we're gonna go down that rabbit hole.
I was like, fuck yeah, dude, that was dope.
I used to do that at Venice Beach when I lived in Venice. Like, I would literally there was this bar, and I would just get these $7 Sephoras because you're a local. So they give you the big ones for $7, and I just sit there and fucking watch people drink, watch people drink, watch people drink, and then all of a sudden you stand up to go to the bathroom, and you're like, fucking fall right now. I'm gonna fucking pass out. Like, it just hits, and then it's sun, and then you go out there, and it's Sunday at Venice, and then I have a fucking
beautiful. Yeah,
borrowing somebody's 3-foot longboard.
Dope. Yeah,
and
Venice
I'm just
perfect.
cruising through people like drunk as fuck.
I was doing that
every Sunday
because there was 2 stores that were like very local to my house.
Yeah,
and so funny. I would roll up on my skateboard, and they'd sell me beer, cigarettes. They'd sell me anything I want. Because I'm paying. They don't fuck. Yeah. I put it in my backpack, get on my skateboard, and roll out. And it's like, it's so funny look at that now. And I'm like, you're a dirtbag. You're selling those 14-year-old 40s. Like,
yeah. You never think about that shit. You're like, yo, other people were helping you do this.
Oh, for sure.
And they were like of age and they didn't give a fuck. And you're like, now I'd be like, I would never fucking.
Right. Well, it did benefit. My brother's 5 years older too.
Oh,
so in his group of friends, I could call any one of them and get any booze I want, anything. They'd go do beer runs and do everything for me.
See?
And I was like, and then I had access to literally everything that you shouldn't be around. So it's like,
no, yeah. And then like going back to the point, it's like, then you realize that you have all this stuff you've done, you're all this guy. And then now there is no option for you. You are going to be a father.
Yeah.
And now I like, it was so cool when you said that. Cause it's like, I think of all these things all the time. And like, sometimes, like somebody else puts it into words better than your thoughts can.
Well, it's hard to summarize someone. It's hard for me to explain to someone, like we talk and we have a lot in common because we're both fathers.
Right.
It's hard to speak to someone of the same things I'm going through because you don't have the same shit, bro. Like,
and you're not gonna know until like that. And then I was talking to a buddy of mine, Nick, and he was like, you don't be, and this was his viewpoint, so you don't become a man until you become a father. And then it's like him saying that, and then you saying that, and putting those two things together, and it's like, it's really true.
For sure.
You literally don't become a man, and then you literally decided, I'm going to be
because he's had beard a few months. I better get my shit together.
Don't do that. Motherfuckers are looking at me like, oh, kid, fuck it. They still act like that. They got three kids deep.
Yeah, 3 baby mamas too. It's like,
yeah, and you're like, fuck no. Bro, you're supposed to change. This is not supposed to be that. Get it out while you still fucking, well, you
they
could.
Need that wake up call.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like, so you got the home gym.
A lot of, because I didn't have my dad.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm not that my dad let me down. That was not his fault.
No, but I understand.
But it's like, I missed out on a lot of really cool shit because I didn't have a dad. I had a stepdad, but he's a piece of shit. And
yeah.
Like, fuck that. He taught me more of how to deal with things with violence. So it's like,
got it.
I fight that as well because I need to be teaching my sons how to be better men. Yep. Not when I'm pissed off, you can't just fucking let it all out like you want to.
Because there's avenues for that.
Yeah. So that's where the gym is really nice. I'll call a friend, or it was really nice when I was in MMA, just punch somebody in the fucking face. Like, that's fun.
It's true. And like, sometimes I would call on like going and fight. And when I would go fight, when I go to the gym and fight, it was like, I purposely let out my anger. Oh, yeah. But when you do that, when you're fighting, if people don't know, you're getting fucked up. Like, you using anger, you are slower. Yeah. Your technique is out the window. Like, everything is gone, and you get your fucking ass whooped. Oh, and it is like you have never done fighting in your life. Mm-hmm. Ever. You've never fought, you've never trained. I would catch more hits
in my face when I was angry. Because you're not thinking.
No, but like sometimes I would purposely do
Yeah.
that because I'm like, I need to get fucked up right now. Like, I don't care about fucking somebody up. I need to go get fucked up. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what that is about us and man. We're like,
call me anytime.
There's so many times where I want to fuck somebody up, and there's times where I go, man, I just need a good ass whooping. And honestly, I think it's a pretty high level thinking as a man to be intuitive enough to be like, I need to go get my ass whooped right now. Like, everybody, I don't care where you're at on what spectrum, you need your ass whooped every once and again to know what the fuck that shit feels like.
My mom made me an area in the backyard where I could just beat the fuck out of stuff with a bat. So now you have these like crash rooms or whatever they're called, where you just beat the fuck out of everything with a bat. My mom made me one of those behind the woodshed.
Sick.
And she would just randomly put a chair back there or put something back there. And if I was pissed off, there's a bat and there'd be new things for me to just fuck up.
That'd be awesome. She's like, I don't need this anymore.
Which is like, you probably shouldn't deal with your emotions that way. But as a mom, like,
what is she going to do?
What the fuck am I doing with this kid?
She can't fight you like a dad would.
Right.
Like, she can't get involved in all the things. Like, so
she doesn't know what guys go through as they're changing as men and doing those things. And it's like, again, no fault of hers. But it's actually a pretty damn good idea.
I was like, that's a smart idea for a mom to think of that. Like, hey, I understand you need this.
Yeah.
As a boy,
very angry.
Very angry. Like, here's a solution and an outlet for you. Because really, that's all it is. I think people that make mistakes and do all this shit, they weren't given the outlets necessary in order to handle the situation. Because men, like, women are supposed to be emotional, right? Men should have emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
We have our emotions, and I think a lot of people are downplaying men shouldn't have emotions. No, we should have our emotions, but we should have emotional fucking intelligence when we're doing that. I'm not going to sit there like the other day. My wife asked, she's like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I can't talk to you." She was like, "What? Why can't you talk to me?" I go,
"Yeah." As a girl, she's like, "What?"
Yeah. What do you mean? You can't
My wife,
I'm your wife, right? But I was like, "I can't talk to you," and she's like, "What do you mean?" Like, and then I was like, "Don't worry about it. It's okay." And then later, she was like, "No, I really want to know." She's super sincere.
So keep pushing. Yeah.
And she was good, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking, you know, she almost got me, but I was like,
see your tricks,
right? Because I go, listen, I have things going on. It's not that I can't handle it, but if I express them to you, the safety that I am as a husband and as a father and as a man is going to go out the window, and you're going to feel unsafe.
It's a
because
balance.
I'm expressing this worry, which I don't, it's not that I can't talk to you.
Right.
I shouldn't be that man in front of you. I should know my outlet.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Super hard to do.
It's super hard to do, but I felt like a fucking, like I was on a pedestal and there's this song going, oh, and there's this light, and I was like, I fucking man, motherfucker. Like, because it's true. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I picked this. But it's like people get it wrong where men are supposed to hold their emotions. No, you're not supposed to fucking hold it.
No.
Where's the outlet? Like your mom gave you, where's, where I can handle my emotions and then come back and go, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to plan. Because I shouldn't let my family see that because I'm supposed to be stability.
I think that's where the gym has been so much benefit to me.
Yeah.
Because you meet like-minded people. We met in the gym.
Yeah.
I first met you in the gym.
Literally.
But yeah. And it's just like you meet.
We spend most of our time in a fucking gym anyways.
I know. I really see you every day in the gym. So it's
like.
But you find like-minded people. You find people that are. I've noticed people in the gym. Everyone's not just working on themselves.
Right.
They're trying to fix something that's broken inside of them. And it's weird to when you start actually talking to totally different people that you would never talk to in your life. But you talk to somebody in the gym next to you on the treadmill and they open up.
You're like,
fuck. Like, I didn't know that. Like, I thought you're just the dude at the gym. Like,
yeah. But then you start thinking about it, like, man, everybody here is fucked up.
I think it exposed me a lot to like, and that's where I always go back to like, everybody's got their own path. Like, you're not special. Everybody's got their own fucked up stuff they don't talk about and you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could look at me and I'm like, yeah, I'm actually a pretty decent dude, but there's a lot of fucked up shit in my head. And you'd never know that.
Never. That's probably why I'm really nice. That's right. Because you're fucking trying to not let you know, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? People are funny for a fucking reason.
That's right. That's the reason I laugh a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Same. That's why I used to handle my shit. I'd be like, I'm just going to be I'm going to be funny.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to question me.
That was my skill in high school. Just make people laugh and they won't worry about you.
Yeah. But isn't that funny how like all the traumatic things that even the things that you've talked about and then what you've done because of it. And I learned this one thing a long time ago where it was like, you think it's bad, but it's really a superpower that you've gained and that you have a skill that like you have that could use. Like you now know how to fucking make anyone laugh. No matter what the
I can find a way to make anybody laugh. Yeah.
Right.
Even in like situations you probably shouldn't be laughing. I like to laugh.
will find
I like to find dark humor and
yes.
it makes so I get along with all the military guys.
Yeah.
Because they have their own trauma as well.
Of course.
But we can laugh about really fucked up shit because it gives you an opportunity to release that emotion of there's emotions in laughter. It's the same as like letting out a cry. Like you're still releasing those emotions. I'd much rather laugh about things.
I know. I'd much rather laugh about things too. It's like, but like I looked at you say the cry thing and I remember my son, a buddy of mine passed away.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, and I came home, I was in the gym. And I was like, this isn't fucking real, right? I just saw him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? And this literally, like, it was about a year ago.
Not even a year ago. Was it?
Yeah. He just had his like anniversary of death. And I came home and my son was like, I was crying.
Oh. Yep.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
I know. I'm sure you're watching.
I know. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, bro. But like, and my son was like looking at me crying, and I was like, I'm not gonna make this fucking weird for him. And I was like, and every time he talks about crying, he goes, like when Nate died. I go, yeah.
And I go, it's really okay. Honest with my kids.
Yeah, like it's okay to fucking cry. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, don't cry. Fuck other thing is a man. But like, don't sit there. And I'm gonna say this, and you know, don't be a bitch. Like, don't cry over things you could have handled. Don't cry over things you got advice on and you decided not to make the decision to fix.
That's just call yourself a dumbass and move on.
Yeah, like shit's
that's not
sad. It's okay. Like you're a man, cry, but like don't fucking sit there and be in this corner. Like, anyways.
Yeah,
like you were telling
interesting
about your son
I don't know if
crying. Try to be honest with your kids.
So whenever something's going on, but like he knows a large majority of. Obviously, I don't tell him everything, but I mean, he's almost 6. He's not stupid. He's a very, very smart kid, and he's intuitive. He sees things. And so he'll ask me questions, and I'm not going to lie to him.
That's, real quick, that is epic. Like, I say that all the time, and I don't hear a lot of dads say that. I'm not going to lie to my kid. I don't give a fuck.
It's okay to tell him a hard truth.
Yeah, like, wow, they literally get it. They fucking get it.
They're so much better than adults.
So I say that all the time. They're so much better than us.
Dude, they're more in tune with like their own emotions, their own selves. They want to learn. They're a sponge. Like, kids are amazing.
They're fucking awesome. And so
it's a struggle. Kids are not easy.
but they're learning that.
It's like you see that. It's like, and that's why I have to remind myself, you are presenting an image of what they will be.
Yep.
So if you don't want them to have to fix a bunch of fucked up stuff, you better fix yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's on you to fix the next few generations.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys, get it together.
Yeah.
Like there's so many dudes out there like, fuck, man, come on. Like there's people relying on you. Not everybody, but there's some dads I see that we talked about. It's like, fuck, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Because I see myself as like that little kid. I'm like, I mean, you have a dad, but they're not there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do. And it's funny that you said that when you say you see as your little kid is because like, and I feel like you resonate with what I'm about to say too because of what you've said. Well, I remember when I was younger And I was like going through my dad's drawer. They had this drawer full of like tchotchke shit, you know. Sometimes there was old money, ninja stars.
I'd explore, yeah.
Right. And I was like, you know, you always got the dads have a fucking drawer of shit,
sure.
right?
Random
shit. But as a kid, you're like, fuck yeah.
I need to get in that drawer.
Yeah, you know? So, and then I just see my dad one time and I was like, he's the man. And I just was like, this feeling of like, this guy. And then I'll never forget this moment. And then turned around as soon as I felt like that and he fucking ruined it. Yelled at me, did something, and I was like, and the way I felt, and I was like, just a little kid, thought he was cool, thought his stuff was cool. I was like, this is the motherfucker. And he
they
treated
put you
like,
on a pedestal.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they really do. And he was like annoyed and pissed off and chose that. And I remember this, and it's etched in my fucking soul because now I look at my son and I will never do that. I will never do that. So it's like, because of the things you went through and how you felt and all these things, like, you're never gonna do that.
Right.
You remember it, and then the moment's there, and your son's there, and you have a fucking choice, and you choose them, not your fucking shit.
I'm a huge believer of everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
No life is going to be gentle. It's not going to be a super fun ride.
No.
And some people do have a super fun ride, and good for them. God bless you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But everything happens for a reason. So those lessons I learned as a kid of things I missed out on or I didn't want to be, or it's like, those are the lessons you now are pushing onto your children of like, that happened to you so you could help them. And it's like, I think getting older again, you start to realize that more of like, okay. And there's been a lot of shit that's happened in my life. It's like, fuck, that sucked. But what can I learn from that?
Right.
What can I take from that that's good? Like, yeah, that fucking sucked. But what was good?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's some bad stuff.
Yeah, but like now like if you didn't go through any of that shit, like thinking about it, like the difference, like you were so much of a better parent because you went through that shit.
Again, you get back to raising the bar though, because I don't feel like I'm ever going to be a good, not a good dad, but I don't feel like I'm ever going to be good enough.
And I'm going to say something because I literally, the last, guy here that was Steve, I said the same thing and he said the same kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's cool. And isn't that cool? Because I already saw your thought process. Like, I'm not alone.
And dude, that's, yeah. And that's why talking to people helps so much.
Yeah, I say so much because you're like, I'm not alone. I'm like fucking doing this dad thing. And like, how do I feel?
Because I always feel like I'm on an island so much. And then you talk to other dads or other people that have gone through shit. And you're like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. Let's do it.
But then again, and then I told him, I go, that means you're a good dad.
Yeah.
Like that is like the pinnacle of you being a fucking good dad because you're always going to raise, but that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to like, imagine like there's so many guys out there that don't want to change, that want to stay the same, that are not willing to raise the bar. Even if they got there, they wouldn't know what to fucking do and then raise the bar again. Like, fuck, that's.
You have to constantly raise the bar.
Quit.
Yeah, just be
just already saying that, I can tell a bunch of men out there are like, I quit. I quit right there. That's too much.
Too much. Yeah.
Right. But then you're like not sitting there. You're like, there is no other option. And that's like, that's what being a fucking man and a dad is, man.
I think that's where you progress the most is when you're pinned in a corner.
Yeah. Well, you should. There's two choices you make.
Like you're pinned in a corner. You're either going to fuck somebody up or you're going to get your ass kicked. And so it's like, I'm not going to get my ass kicked. Fuck you. So
1000%.
Yeah, I will not. So it's not an option. That's when you mention that, it's like you don't have a choice.
Right.
I don't have a choice. You better fucking get your shit together, dude. Like
it's so
and
true.
not that I was fucked up, but it's like you gotta step it up, raise the fucking bar, dude.
Yeah.
And it happens. I thought I have two boys, and it's like, all right, I think I'll just rinse and repeat for the second one. This is gonna be easy. Totally different. And they're insane because they're just two boys, so they just beat the shit out of each other, which great, good for you. Like, I love it.
Supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what men are supposed to do. We learn things.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think I got it together, and I think I got it, and then it's like, shit changes, raise the bar. All right, they're getting older. They're learning new things. They're going to be exposed to new things. They're asking different questions as boys. They're like, why's my wiener big? And I'm like, oh my God.
I literally, bro, my son asked me that the other day. And he looked at it and he was fucking raging. And he goes, Dad, look at this. And then he goes,
Oh my God. And my son called me in the bathroom the other day. Dad, look at my wiener. It's so big.
In my head, I'm like, yes, this is why I'm a father. I was like, these moments are the shit. Because
so funny.
You know, what if they go in there and they ask the mom, why is my wiener big? And then, you know, like, I don't know how to explain wiener. So I looked at him, I go, because he does this thing sometimes where like kids hump. You kids ever do that?
Yeah, like weird shit. Dude.
But I learned that they do it out of anxiety or boredom or things like that.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
It's a tick.
Because it's like, I do it. I go anxiety and boredom.
Sometimes
like, I'm just a little bored here. You know, I have anxiety. Can you touch my wiener?
Hey, come in. It's big.
Come look at this thing. Look, Claude. It's big. Let's, you know, we know now.
Hey. Just start randomly up. I'm guessing I'm just bored. I'm anxious.
Yeah. So just help me out. That's why we got wives. So, see, when you were asking me, I was like, this is why.
I love it. Right?
But so he was humping, and then he goes, every time, and he calls putting his penis down.
Penis?
Penis, because my wife's French-Canadian, so she speaks French. So penis. So
that's how they say it. Interesting.
The majority of our language is French, just so we're clear.
Is it?
So everything we say
in your household?
No, in English language.
What?
Yes. If you look it up and you look up the derivation, you're like French. And my wife would be like, that's French. And I'm like,
why?
Dude, we're America. We're not original.
No,
everything came from somewhere else.
We're all imported.
We're all fucking imported inbred fucks. So it doesn't matter anyways. So anyways, he says, I'm putting my penis down. Why does this happen? And I was like, well, dude, just like any other muscle, when you work on it, blood goes in there.
Is he
and
working
it gets
on
filled with blood. And he's working that motherfucker.
Like,
and I was like, bro, I hear him from the other room, and I was like, he's putting his penis down. And she's like, yeah, he is. I'm like, he's fucking putting it down. It's like right before bed.
So maybe if I do this, if I work out my biceps, they get big.
Yeah.
So if I work this out.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, because that's the truth. Blood goes in and it gets hard.
Dude, that would be all of Dragon's Lair's activities if that was the case. Every dude
Shout out to Flex Lewis and Dragon's Lair and all the boners.
That's right. The hip thrust machine all of a sudden grows your dick. Like, dude, I thought it was gay for using this. That's
literally,
great.
It would be the gym would just take a turn for the worse.
See, Flex could really change the game.
He could really change the game. Business opportunity. I don't know. But yeah, like he's saying, he comes up to you and asks you, he's like, look how big it is. Like, you know, having two boys is different. That's what you were saying.
It is, yeah. It's like, everything changes. It's like you think you got it together, no, you don't. It's changing. Yeah. And there's gonna be another freaking curveball thrown at you, and you better fucking hit it, dude. Like,
at least get a single. Like, fuck.
Yeah, get something, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's why I say it was like constantly changing, raising the bar. It's like the kids are just a complete game changer. I love, my kids are freaking awesome, but we're not having any more kids because I'm like, oh my God.
I have one. I'm not having any more
awesome.
Kids.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'm with you. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, he's cool enough for 3. Like,
dude, the kids are nuts. And they just compound each other too.
Yeah.
So like Declan will be super cool, and then Stetson will just like literally come by and just like punch him in the kidney. Because he's just hilarious.
They're such dicks. Like, my son does that to me.
Rip his iPad out of his hands. And I'm like, why?
You know why?
Because he wants attention. He wants to do something. And I'm like, all right.
Just stir the fucking pot. That's what we do. I was telling somebody, I was like, without women on this planet, the shit that men would do, the dumb things like that, like we wouldn't survive long.
No, we'd always just be fucking with each other.
That's what we do.
You're on bench, I just drop a plate off you.
Hey, you didn't die. Good for you. See you next week. Maybe you won't, maybe you will. I don't know. But I'm going to try it, so you better fucking watch out.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm alive, and it was funny, so go fuck yourself.
That's what dudes would do.
That's all the time.
We would do constant bumper cars in the streets.
Dude, I used to do that. I had a piece of shit expedition, and my buddy had a really piece of shit fucking BMW, and we used to bump each other at lights, and people around us would lose their shit. And and then one time he got me because he started to reverse when I was bumping him. I was like, oh, fuck. And then he's like, then we're doing this at a left turn light, and he's going through the light, and I'm bumping him during the fucking light. And I was like, dude. But that's
the shit you do. It's fun.
That's the shit you do.
That's what all if dudes were on the planet, that's what we would do.
People don't understand. Like, we would just fucking.
It'd be a pretty good time for like a week. If it was just dudes for like a week,
it's really true.
Fucking fun.
It would be a good time for about a week.
Because we still got our boys too.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, we could have a fucking good time. But then we're like, shit, I need my wife back. That's like when I go hunting. I'm like, all right, I really must be at home.
Yeah, because there's this thing called like sex where you're like,
yeah, like,
can't do that with you, bro. Some people do.
My wife's like making a sandwich.
Yeah.
I can make a sandwich, but you do it a lot better than I do.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm like, you make sandwiches all day, honey.
Yeah. Like, go
that's my analogy. Sandwiches.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good analogy.
She makes good sandwiches. So
So what are you gonna do? That's what you do. Yeah. You make good sandwiches, okay? Yeah. I make good protector. I'll protect the sandwiches.
That's what we're supposed to do. I protect sandwiches.
I protect sandwiches all fucking day long,
Subway
motherfucker.
franchise,
Subway. Dude, there was this, and it's cool just thinking about roles and stuff like that. Like my wife, we were putting my son to bed, and like I'll read to him, and then hang out with him in rough house, and then and then she'll come in, and then she'll like lay down,
the soft time,
lay with me. Right. But the other day she goes, "We're gonna trade because I don't want to sit. I just want to read a book and go do some things." And I looked at her. I was like, "You're high. Like, are you wait, what?"
It's like,
she's like, "What are we gonna do?" I go, "It's not gonna work." She goes, "Well, we're gonna try it." I go, I didn't have words. I was like, "What are you fucking talking about?" I was like, "You are literally complete." I go, "You're nuts." I go, "Watch. Okay, fine. Do whatever you want." And I go in there. Literally, I would come out. Like, you can see the couches down there. And we got this hallway, and I'm looking over it. And I was like, "Hey." He said, "You can't do that. Mama does that."
Too.
That's what he said. He's like, "Mama does that." I was like, "Let me at least try." That's what I said to him. Like, rub his back, do this thing. I tried, and he was eyes open. He goes, "Nope, see, you tried. You don't do good." Like,
dude, my kids would be the same. They want mom.
Yeah, that's what your job is. That's like, fucking be mom.
Soft, nurturing mother. That's mommy. Yeah, they love mommy.
And honestly, like, people they talk about women and like sandwiches and stuff like that. But like, you got to look at it and you're like, man, thank God I got a woman that can be like that.
Thank God.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a woman that could do that and be mom. Like, that's a superpower.
Yeah.
And thank you.
The roles are important.
So don't make me do this.
That's where people get all fucked up and what their roles are as the person.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we could go into it. It's fine a little bit, and there are roles, and I talked about it. And I talked about it a bunch of times. With sitting there, I go, I'm not going to sit there and go in and fucking all of a sudden be a lawyer.
No.
And go, all right, one fucking defendant, bro, that guy's death sentence.
Yeah.
Immediately, if I'm a fucking lawyer, like right now, no, it's like you can't do your fucking job. It's not my job. Like, I'm not going to do it. People make all this weird shit about it, but it's like, no, like
that's not your role.
It's not your role.
Yeah.
I can not have a baby.
God
I'm a man.
Made you to do a certain thing. Yes. And I truly believe that there's like everything happens for a reason. You're given gifts and you're given certain abilities for certain reasons to help others.
Yes.
So it's like, you're a man. You can help your kids. Fucking do it.
Fucking do it. Yeah, like be a man. Like sit there, like
run that role. Yeah.
Yeah, like and that's like everything that we've been talking about. It's like everything is about being a man or deciding to be a man or deciding to be a father. And that's what you were saying. And like it was like everything that you talked about right now is literally a decision you made.
Yeah.
And you could have given any of your circumstances.
For sure. Yeah.
Done anything else and completely been somebody else. But no, like you're a father, you're a husband, you have your own business, you help other men with fitness. Like, and it's like, that's what a fucking man is supposed to do. It's supposed to help their village and other villages.
What's next? Where's that next bar?
Yeah. Like, but that's the fun
But it's
part.
fun. Yeah, exactly.
And that's
cool.
And that's what I was going to say earlier is like, a lot of people think it's like hard to be a man and all these things. But where we fuck up is we're making it hard on ourselves. Overthinking it. And I always think this, I go, just make it a game. If it's a game, it's fun. And then you get to bring the people along with you and then they have fun. And you're like, man, this guy is so fun. But you'll still be able to fucking slit somebody's throat if you need to in 2 seconds and then go. That's why I love back in the day. People used to go to war and slit throats and then come home and be like, I love this baby. And then, oh, my wife yelled at me. I got to go over here and do this thing. And you're like, yo, you just killed 75 people with a sword.
Yeah.
And now you're
savages back then.
Savage.
Yeah.
And like
now I shoot shit like 1,000 yards. I don't even look at their eyeballs. I kill animals, by the way, not people.
Some would say that hunting men is the ultimate game hunting. No, I'm just kidding.
Sign me up.
There was a
aliens versus predators. I was just talking to somebody about that.
Yeah, I was going to go
all those illegal aliens. You got child predators. If the illegal aliens want to keep their spot in the U.S., they go fucking kill a predator, and then you get to get a fucking card. You're in. Ta-da. I'm totally in for that.
I'm not against
Call Trump. He's in next week, dude. Let's do this.
He's in next week. Okay, you just got a week left of fuckery, and then that's it.
Fuck, hurry up.
And a lot of people argue that, and it's like
they do.
It's so stupid because I go, everybody sits there and wants to argue on emotion. There's not one person is literally putting fucking facts together, and I'm like, okay, cool. So maybe Trump isn't the fucking best president for you, but maybe he's. But guess what? He's better than the other motherfuckers.
Yeah,
right. And so that's what you got to understand. Like, what's
these are
better?
the peoples we have to choose from.
Right.
What's the best I got? All right, cool. I got Trump. I got JD. That's a fuck ton better than what my other option is. So
yeah, exactly. And like the only thing like that person wants to do is make America great again, and that's not a bad thing. That's like
We got a lot of fixing to do.
Yeah, and we're a great country. And like all these people that are bitching about all these things, they have so much ability at their feet and at their toes.
They
and
don't want to put in the work.
They don't put in the work.
Yeah, we get back to that again.
Right? And I love that you did that because they're going to get to a point and they're going to go, fuck, it's too late.
Well, you don't have a choice. You're thrown in the corner. Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
I ain't going to fucking get my ass kicked, dude. I will die in that corner fighting my way out.
That's right. But that's the difference too. And like, again, like that's like one of the things I want to bring back to you is like, you have all these superpowers that you thought were, I'm doing it because I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. But like, really, you're creating something beautiful over here because you know what it's like.
It's my suffering to deal with. It's not theirs. It's kind of how I view it. Like not that I had a super bad life. My mom's fucking awesome. My brother's cool. Like, it wasn't bad.
Suffering.
I still had food. Trauma. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I suffered this so they can be better, which is like totally worth it.
But that's the epitome of a fucking 100%. Man. That's our sacrifice.
Yeah.
We're supposed to sacrifice our shit so you can be better.
Yep. Every parent's goal is your child to be better than you are. I hope that is. That's the way I was raised. If like my mom wanted me to be better.
Yep.
Do better than I did. And so every generation gets better. Fuck yeah, dude. The Kaisers are killing it.
Yo, could you imagine?
Dude, it'd be great. I would love to look at that in 200 years. And it's like, cool. Like, you guys did that.
Yeah.
I set some stones and you guys kept building. That's awesome. Look at that castle.
Yeah.
Like, that's freaking
that's
cool.
What you want. Like, that's like, then and again, it's like so cool because that you're not just looking at safety right now. Can I save this person from somebody in the fucking grocery store?
Right.
Look at the safety of the longevity of their lives and the lives to come. Like, I want Nova and Nova's kids and kids to be happy and safe.
Yeah, because I can't protect them from everything. I understand that. That's life.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's hard as a parent seeing stuff that we've gone through. Yeah. And it's like, oh, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can do about it. You can protect them from so much, give them the skills and the abilities to make good decisions.
Yep.
That's really all you can do.
Yeah. And then when they go through the shit, thank God you went through your shit so that you can help them better.
Hopefully they don't go through anything similar.
No, but but when they go through anything, like you got to imagine that they're not going to go through, if you did which you totally will, and you are, because you're that kind of a fucking man and a father, like you do your job well. They may go through hardships, but not like you did.
Right.
And that's the fucking point. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
So even if whatever happens.
I got to work 5 fucking jobs. They're not ever going to go through what I did.
Right.
Like, I don't.
Exactly.
I'll drive I'll sell my truck right now, get a piece of shit. And it's like, you're dead.
It's so funny. I literally told my wife that, like, something like that today. I was like, you understand something? I was like, this isn't about anything else. I will sell my truck. I will sell my bike. I was like, if it gets down to fucking brass or whatever the fuck it is, because, they worry every once in a while.
For sure.
And it's like, we're in entrepreneur business, so it's like
it's not always stable.
It's not always stable, and it fucks with your emotions. And people think it's easy.
Sure.
It's like one of the hardest things to ever do. And then you got to rely on yourself. You're like, oh, am I a smart guy? I never went to high school. No, so but
there's no one holding you accountable,
right?
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
You got to show up for you and your people.
Yeah. So I'm like, I will fucking I have you said, and it's because you've been there where you're like, I'll drive this fucking piece of shit.
Fuck.
I'll fucking play bumper cars again. Shit.
Like I didn't have a car for a long time because it's like I rode in Oregon. I rode a Harley all year round. Fucking terrible in January, February. Like snow, ice.
You still ran it in the fucking
dude. I would go down the freeway with my feet out and just go 20 miles an hour if I have to get my ass to work. Like I don't fucking care. Get your ass to work.
People bitch, man.
Because you fucking crash at 20, pick up your bike and go. Like I've crashed a dirt bike way faster than that.
Yeah,
like
it's 20 miles an hour is not that.
And nobody's on the road when it's all icy and
you're gonna slip anyways. It's like no big deal.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, but that's a good point. Like even when I got into a bad DUI accident.
Yeah,
and after that I lost my car, my job, my license, like everything, and I was restart. But I was like, I'm in the corner. I go, fuck, dude, and that's all I think. And then you go, motherfucker, and then you're like, all right. And
that's bad decisions.
Yeah, it's my 30th birthday. I was like, 30, new decade, new me. I'm gonna fucking do this right. I'm gonna change my life. Thanks.
It's fucked up, but I like how life does that.
I do too.
Because it's like I think I've got my shit together, and then it's like, fuck you, dude.
Yo,
you ain't got
every
shit
time
together.
you think, I'm like, Burr. You're like, oh, fine, fuck. I'll walk. I don't give a shit. But like, dude, I was like, bus, skateboard, like anything I fucking. Like, you do. I had I'd walk. I walked so much.
I'd get my steps in. Oh yeah,
bro. I didn't even have a step counter. I swear to God, I wish I would have known. Like in Hollywood,
dude,
just
insane.
Walking. I'm like,
you can walk forever over there.
Yeah. And then sometimes I'd be on the phone with somebody and I'm like, and then it got to that point where I'm like, I could take the train. I need to be there. And I was like, I got time. I'm on a call. I'm just going to walk a few miles. Like, and now it's like, you think about it, I'm like, I don't care. I'll sell the things. I'll get rid of it. I'll go buy fucking tank tops at fucking Walmart. Again. It'll all come back again.
It will. I'll build it all back.
Yeah. It's not a big fucking deal. As long as you guys are safe and secure, cool.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. Because it's like, I'm not going to be here forever. My truck's not coming with me. Like,
no, yeah, exactly. And like, then like just so many other trucks
not coming with me. I don't care. Like I don't give a shit about stuff. I like nice things,
of course,
but it's like it's not a necessity. It's not the priority in my life.
Yeah,
priority is my kids' safety. They have food. They're happy and healthy.
Right, and they're safe.
I'm just like, all right, dude. Like that's all that matters.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, we're
wrapped up.
We're wrapped up. So
right, cool.
Do me a favor. Let everybody know. Where they can reach you, like your business, like give yourself a shout out real quick. Give everybody information on like what how they can get a hold of you and all that other stuff. So
perfect.
Plug you right now.
Fucking Instagram is. So I'm like,
what is my Instagram?
I guess I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like Cody _
The company you have Iron Elite Fit. You have a lot of cool shit too. You have a lot of cool
merch.
I
did a bunch of apparel stuff. Yeah,
I really like your apparel.
I started just like because I like clothes, but there's a lot of shit. I'm like, I can do better design than that, and I'm like
all the time.
And so I do that, and then I'm just like, fuck, I'll just make it myself. Yeah. And then normally it's like I pride myself in really good quality, so I pay more. But it's like I would much rather present a better quality to someone than just like make some extra. I'm not making any money. I don't care. It's just cool. It's fun.
Yeah,
I like to design and wear my own shit. Like that's fucking cool. Yeah. Like some dude stopped me in Costco. He's like, "That's a badass hoodie. Where'd you get it?" And I was like, "Fucking A, dude." And then just all right, cool. Yeah. Start up a conversation. But so _ Cody Kaiser, and it's KEYSER, and then it's IronEliteFit.com as well.
And that's where you can buy all your merch and everything.
I haven't set up the freaking store yet. I need to. What is it, like a Shopify store?
God damn it!
I know. It's call it Clode or something.
Yeah, set it up.
No, I need to set it up because I'm actually starting to build out like actual.
But yeah, it takes a process to that. And then you got to buy the SKU, and then you got to make the SKU, and then you got to wait because like I sell all that shit on Shopify, and I have my own merch, and it's like. The way I did it is like, and then I got the printer at home, the label printer. So now I'm just able to, and you get discounts through shipping through Shopify. So it's like,
oh yeah,
yeah. So like it would cost you like $15 to ship. Normally, it'll probably cost you like 10 or 11. But you save a few bucks, and then you're able to print the label, smack it, and then you could just bag it, do whatever at home, and then drop it off.
Just drop. I love that. Just carrying in my cart and dumping.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Yeah, but like you could do it where it's like fulfillment, do everything yourself. But I feel like you said, like there's not a lot of quality.
Yeah,
quality doing your own
like
shit.
like my boxes when I ship it to somebody's house. They're custom printed boxes.
No, I got boxes not
I
because of you.
fucking love that. It's just cool when you open something up. Like when I buy something from someone. Yeah, it's all about like the experience you get. So it's like I put in a couple stickers and shit. I give them a cool box, and it's like they don't pay for that shit, but it's a cool experience.
I'd rather, every time I buy something,
I'm not making fucking bank on it, but it's like that's cool, and they'll come back because it's like they got good quality, they got a good price, and they had a good experience. Yeah, that's kind of how I want everything to be. It's like over deliver, under promise and over deliver.
I feel like you should just say that somewhere.
You probably should just put on a fucking shirt or something.
Yeah. Next Iron, but not yet because he doesn't have the site.
Yeah, I got to build that up. Yeah.
Just stick them on there and then like worry about organization later. As long as you get the SKUs and you can get them out, fuck it. And then later you can.
It's fun. It's like, it's a cool hobby. It's like apparel isn't my business, but it's fucking fun. So it's, I like that.
Then you get to wear your own shit. I'm so sick of wearing other people's shit. I
mean,
like I'm wearing like.
Well, otherwise I just wear plain.
Yeah.
Because I don't fuck your logo, bro. Like unless I really believe in your brand and what you stand for. There's some brands I'm like, I will buy everything you ever make.
Yeah.
Because I believe in what your business is and who you are. Right. But it's like, I'm not fucking buying some random shit. I don't care.
Yeah. Like I would rather spend my money differently.
Yeah.
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 So dope. So Cody Kaiser, IronEliteFit.com.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and thanks, man. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day and everything.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
I'll pick up your kids. So
yes, sir. Get the kids.
All right, Jim.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.